Okay. Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the show. It's Stock Markets with Bruce, Uncle Bruce here. And today's date is September 27th, 2023. We are live to you from Vienna, Austria. Jen and I are alive and well. How are you guys doing out there? How much money is going to be made this week in these markets? What are the markets going to do? We seem to be up this morning, 96 points on the Dow, 14 on S&P, 43 on NASDAQ, but that doesn't mean jack squat. It doesn't mean anything because yesterday it looked like we had an up day going and we ended up with a loss. And what happens now? We're going to find out. Crude is up $1.92, which is also puzzling to me. 92.31 a barrel is where we're at. I do not see the demand figures justifying this, but then again, it's moved up from the 68, 70 range to here in the last month and a half into the fall when the driving season in the summer is over. The peak demand is done. So I'm sitting here going, there's no way there's a demand issue here. It's got to be speculation running it. And so far, I think that's exactly what it is. Welcome to the party, you guys. It's great to see you. The markets are, in some instances, one would say they're cheap. In others, they'll say they're high. If you take a look at the NASDAQ market right now, it's trading at 21 times earnings, 21 and a half times earnings on average. And we're talking about NASDAQ 100 that comprises, of course, of the big, magnificent 7 stocks, Apple and Amazon and Google and so on. Well, these guys trade at really high multiples compared to most other companies. The all-time high or the last 5-year high for the PE multiple on the NASDAQ was 34.3. We're nowhere near that, but even at 21.6, a 15 multiple is reasonable. A 12 is cheap. But over 15 and 17 and 18, it's starting to get expensive. We're at 21. Now, S&P, it's worse. S&P 500 is 23 times earnings. The Dow's only at 21 as well. So what are we? Are we expensive? Are we cheap? Against 5% GICs and treasury notes, the market is expensive. And that is the problem right now with the stock market. The investors out there, which when I say investors, I don't mean retail investors. I mean institutional investors, insurance companies, banks, pension funds, hedge funds, mutual funds, ETFs, those entities out there that have to put to work trillions of dollars for their clientele. Those clients demand the best returns, and you have to ask yourself as a manager of these trillions, or ask the managers around the world of these multi-trillions of dollars, hey, are you going to buy Microsoft stock? Are you going to buy IBM shares? Are you going to buy shares in a growth company like AI or NVIDIA? Or are you going to lean more towards U.S. Treasury notes, AAA credit or close to it, paying you over 5%? Just 2-year notes are 5.2, 5.3%. It could be in the next month or two that 2-year Treasuries might pay 5.5, 5.6. If we get another quarter point increase from the Federal Reserve later this year, 2 years will be up to 5.5%. Hedge fund managers, pension fund managers, mutual fund managers, they're going to look at 5.5% and go, hey, wait a minute now. If inflation is going to be 3.5 in America, and I can get 5.5 from the government of America, why would I buy a stock? What the hell for? I don't see a whole bunch of stocks out there giving me 6% dividend yields. I don't see that at all. And so the PE multiples might be too high, and that means prices of stocks go down. In reflection here, getting PE multiples to go down, we may have cheaper stocks. I don't know. We'll find out. Of course, if a company like NVIDIA comes out and says, Last quarter we surprised you when we said that we sold $3 billion of chips more than we thought we were going to sell. And now this quarter, we're another 2-3 billion ahead of our projections again. Well, that can move a market. But look at Nvidia in the last month. Is the celebration still on the Nvidia stock? I don't think so. That doesn't look to me like it's still having a post earnings breakout celebration. I mean, the shares are sitting at 422, and the high for the shares in the last 3 months was around 510. And we're down $90 a share on Nvidia from the highs, and this was justified highs for the kind of revenues they're generating. But a PE ratio on Nvidia right now, 101, 101 times PE multiple. The market is going, hey man, if I can get 5.5% from the United States government, that's what's coming to me. If I go into their bonds, treasuries, why would I buy Nvidia right now? I'm risking what people were risking a month ago. They were paying $500 a share. They're now sitting at $420 a share. They've lost $80 on Nvidia. Could the shares go to 350? They could. Will they? I don't know. But hey, they've lost 80 already. Rates go higher, Nvidia could lose more, because at 101 times earnings, it's not a cheap stock. Now, if it doubles its earnings into next year, it's only trading at 50 forward times PE multiple. Then if it doubles the year after that, it's trading at 25 times PE multiple 2 years from now at current levels. Do you want to wait 2 years or take 5.5% for 2 years from the government? There's the other question. Pension funds have to ask these questions and get the answers, what they need. Option writers who are watching this show, this channel, are in a different area. Option writers can go with this market and allow the market to tell them what to do. You don't have to pre-guess what the market is really going to do. You only have to follow the market with your option writing campaigns. If you're sitting on deep in the money calls on GameStop, AI, on Apple, on other stocks, you can write call options against this stuff. These shares want to back off, premiums will back off, you'll buy your calls back for way less money and write another set of contracts. And you decide how far out you want to go on your contracts. Do you want to go out a month, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months, 5 months, a year? You can decide how far out you write. You can also decide the strike price you want to set for your contract and say to the world, hey, you want to buy my stock from me? I'm more than happy to offer it to you, say 10% higher than what it's trading at right now. I'll give you 90 days. You can buy it from me for 10% more. Give me this much money per share, and this contract is yours. Knock yourself out. In the meantime, you take the money and you sit back folding your arms and going, well, if I get taken out, I get taken out at 10% more than what it's trading at. I get to keep the premium on top of that. That can be 5-10% more. Thank you very much for a 90-day commitment on my part. Make those 4 times a year and bring in some really nice returns. You're not bringing in 5.5% a year on your option premiums. You're bringing in 5.5% maybe a month or more, depending on what, again, you're writing options on. You iron condor traders, you guys can decide how long your iron condor is good for. You decide what the calls and the puts are set at. In other words, you decide the range for your condors. You decide the spread between your calls and your puts for your risk level. You decide what credit you're happy with. And then you decide whether you go right to the end of the condor and let it expire, or whether you close your condor out sooner and do a rollover into another condor and keep the game going. Option writers have control over their futures, whereas option buyers, the gamblers on the floor on the casino, they're the ones hoping and praying it all works out. They're guessing what direction the market's going by buying puts or buying calls. They're limiting their upside based on whether they're out of the money or in the money. And many of them, huge numbers of these people, don't give themselves enough time. They get involved in options for maybe a couple of weeks with expiries coming up simply because, one, they're gamblers. They want to have more leverage and are prepared to give up time to get it. And if they win big. But if they lose big. And, there are people out there with 50 grand and they're willing to put 5 grand on the table as a wager every time for 10 weeks in a row. They'll bet 5 grand a week for 10 straight weeks looking for that one payoff. And they get lucky and they find one. They turn 5 into 25. They just got 5 more weeks of life to keep playing. But boy, long term, not a good strategy because unfortunately for option buyers, the buying of contracts can really knock you for a loop when unexpected developments take place, like a U.S. government shutdown. It could be that the U.S. government shutdown that's coming up might shock the market a little bit next week. Well, for option writers, that shouldn't be a big deal. If you're an option writer against deep in the money calls you're sitting on way into the future, or on stock you own and are not going to sell, a dip won't be an issue. You'll take the dip, say thank you very much. I'll buy my contracts back for pennies on the dollar. Thank you very much, and then I'll write another set of contracts. Always be writing. For iron condor traders, your secret to success is the spread. It's all about how far the spread is. And of course, the further down the road you go with your condors, the wider your spread can be. And there is the secret to shrinkage success, because the furthest out contracts die first. They become worthless well under a dime a piece, under a nickel a piece, very early on. Whereas contracts that are close to the market, they don't die out until the last few days. And so you really have to be on top of your condor trades and make sure to stay well out of the market on both sides. Anyway, there it is. What's going to happen? We'll find out. We're up 94 on the Dow, which is just over a quarter point. That's all. Lost 388 yesterday. S&P's up 15, Nasdaq's up 48, a third of a point. That's all we got. Oil is at 92.14, up $1.75. That's all I see this morning around here. Lame Duck was one of the first folks in the house. Good morning. Robert is here. Welcome, my friend. Deep Value, Richard Carlin, Flint Creek Manager, Amy, Aurora. The thumbs ups are coming in. White Feather. Drew's here. Marcus, EDT is here. How you doing? Nice to see you. Uncle Bruce, can you talk about Spire Global Holding? You used to have videos on the stock before. JR is here. Coffee Kids Trading is here. John Malone is here. Constantine is here. I don't have anything to add to Spire Global Holdings at the moment. I don't have any news I can give you. It's a company that keeps growing their business. That much we know. We know that every quarter they set records, more revenue coming in. Unfortunately, the shares have not been a market darling, which is frustrating, of course. The question is, I guess, when does the company turn the corner from losing money every quarter to making money? We know they're getting closer and closer and closer to making money every quarter. We just don't know which quarter it's going to be. We have no idea from the company whether there's any kind of a merger, amalgamation, a takeover, anything going on. The stock tells us nothing like that. We know they have cash on hand. We know they have access to capital. We know that they're dealing with NASA and the European Space Agency and militaries. They have senior clients, and Spire has senior clearance security clearances through the Pentagon and governments around the world. I mean, these guys are legit, but they're not inspiring the Wall Street people at all, because they're not going to Wall Street for any help. This might be an issue. I've talked about this before with other companies as well. 23andMe, I've talked about this with ATIP Physical Therapy, GameStop, other companies. If public companies don't go to Wall Street for financing help or help with their business expansion plans, then Wall Street doesn't give a crap about what they do. They just ignore them. Wall Street pays attention to their clients that help them make commissions. It's a bloodthirsty business, and it's not personal. It's just business. Can you blame J.P. Morgan or Goldman Sachs to not pay attention to Spire right now? I mean, they're not making any money on this public company. Spire does not need $5 billion in financing to acquire a $10 billion competitor or to expand their business by this kind of size. It's not what they're in need of. And so Wall Street looks at them and goes, hey, some of the biggest houses on Wall Street are saying, we don't do deals under $1 billion. We're that huge. We have so many clients and so many bankers around the world that unless it's $1 billion, $2 billion, $5 billion deal, we don't want to deal with these smaller companies. Well, that means they're not going to pay attention to them either. And so at the moment, Spire is kind of orphaned in that sense. Now, they did a rollback on their stock to maintain listing of their shares on the exchange. That was a good thing. That was something I was happy to see. ATIP did the same thing. They did a rollback. Sextera did not do a rollback. Sextera let their listing lapse on the New York Exchange, and they're now sitting on the over-the-counter market. To me, if you're going to do a rollback and maintain a listing, then you have plans eventually or aspirations to take advantage of the public market for some kind of financing at some time for some kind of deal, I guess. Or you believe that your business and the business you're in will eventually attract the interest of a competitor, larger corporation that wants to enter into your business and will now be able to take you out through a stock offering through these exchanges, and ultimately take them out. But again, I have no information coming to me from anyone about any of this at the moment. I'm sitting here going, I don't know. Here I am. I'm waiting. That's all I can say. Double D, good morning. Cindy, good day. Zed Estate, how's it going? Splair, good morning, y'all. Nice to see you. Nice to have you here. Well, again, I don't know what to make of those guys. ATIP, no idea. ME, they got a bunch of money in the bank. They can last years with the cash they have on hand, waiting for a drug or two or three to pass testing and what have you, and their royalties coming in from pharmaceutical companies. Again, I don't know. They don't talk. They really don't talk much. And so here we are, waiting. Sofi is the number one stock that I think, a former SPAC, that is going to deliver huge gains first. I think that is the first real home run hitter. And it could well be that down the road, not too far from now, Sofi may do so well that it will cover other investments you may have made in other SPACs, where it will make you so much capital and will then generate so much cash to you folks in dividend revenues, not dividend, stock option revenues, that you will be compensated for all the others that you're holding. Matterport, SmartRent, and others, but Rocket Lab. But again, I can't tell you the moment that Sofi takes off. Another analyst, though, was quoted as saying that this price on Sofi right now, under $8 a share in the $7.50 neighborhood, this is ridiculously cheap, and it won't last very long here. But if you've got skeptics out there who are sick and tired of being told it's going to happen, it's going to happen, and they don't believe it anymore, it's going to take a while for the stock to kick in. Now, we have seen this play before. We have seen this even on SoFi. When it does start to move, I start getting the messages from my viewers. I should have bought it last week. I should have bought it when it was down there. Well, I didn't buy it. I should have bought it. This happens every time on every stock that takes a run, because stocks don't wait for you. When they start to move, it's a herd of investors chasing the stock right out of the station and down the line, and it's on its way. And I don't know if the next move in SoFi through the $8, $9, and $10 level will be the very last time we see SoFi in single digits ever again. I don't know. There will come a time where it will be the last time. There will come a point in time where it will move and will not come back, because the move is so dramatic and so sustained after weeks and months that you'll look back and go, wow, the stock is 16, 18, $20. And boy, I sure wish I bought it at $7.45 a share when I had the chance. One last time. I didn't know that was the last time, though. And that's what everyone says on every stock that takes off. Remember, Steve Jobs created Apple with Wozniak. Steve Jobs got kicked out. Wozniak eventually retired, and a whole new bunch of leaders were running Apple. And after several years, Apple was in dire straits because there was no visionary running the company anymore. They brought Steve Jobs back when he created Pixar and he made his deal with Disney. They brought Steve Jobs back. The stock was down to $2 a share. This was Apple at the time. Now, to be fair to that stock price, years prior, in good times, the stock had split. And so it was trading in its original form in the 20s, post-split in the 2s, which are still probably in the 20s. But nonetheless, there was a moment in time where Apple could have been had under $5 a share for a long time. And a lot of people thought, I should buy this. This could, I don't know how much longer I can do that. I'll be able to get it at these prices. And then it did break $5. And people thought, oh, it might come back. It'll come back. And then a few months later, it's 8 to 10. And I should have done that. Well, maybe it'll come back to 5. And it was this maybe it'll come back mentality. And people watched it just go, and never, ever came back. And we've had splits since, time and time again. And I think that for every single share of Apple that was ever issued back in 1980, whatever, there are now 216 shares represented for every share ever issued by Apple. And it will never, ever go back to those original ones. Hey, SoFi, I don't know. There's almost 1 billion shares out there. Yeah, there's a lot of stock out there for SoFi, but it's one of the fastest growing financial institutions in America. It's the fintech darling of fintechs. It's in the top 100 for bank size in America. Out of 3,500 banks that have $1 billion in assets, this company is in the top probably 90 now. They're moving up places every week or two, another notch higher and higher and higher. They're going to become a top 50 bank in the next probably year. They're growing phenomenally. But I can't tell you when SoFi is going to be 15 and 20 a share. But I will tell you when it is 15, 20, I will be the one yelling at you guys to write options on it now and start taking in $2 and $3 premiums on what was once a $4, $5, $6, $7 stock that you held on to and bought into, and you're now going to bring in $2 and $3 premiums every time you write contracts. And you're going to go, I can't believe how much money this thing's making. I can't believe it. But you got to stick around and wait for the show. Still bullish on AI? I am. I am still bullish on AI. I am bullish on all AI stocks. I think AI is a big part of the future of business. And I just cannot see successful businesses not having AI as part of their corporate function. I think eventually the accounting division will be heavily AI'd, research, sales projections, sales forecasting, cost control, automation on factory floors, AI. There are going to be millions of jobs shifting in the future, just like we've had all through mankind. We had in the early 1800s, we went from strictly ox and wagon and horse and carriages to railroads. And in the 1900s, we went from the last of the horses and whatever to automobiles. We have railroads that became so sophisticated. We had schedules, and millions of people became employees of railroads. Millions of people became employees of automobile companies. Millions of people became employees of companies to keep automobiles running. Then we invented aircraft, and millions of jobs were created in that area, which meant all these other jobs disappeared. The buggy whip guys, the carriage makers, they all lost their jobs and they became automotive guys, airport guys, airline people, railroad people. Space race created gazillions of jobs. Computer and automation is creating millions and billions of jobs, millions of jobs, and lots of capital. And this is the way it's going. AI is going to add to the complete automation of modern business. It is just the way it's going. We see it. We know what's happening. We first saw robots 30, 40 years ago. I remember seeing ads in the 1980s where they had these robot welding machines at the car factories and all the sparks were flying off of these things. And we thought, oh, wow, that's the future. Well, the robotics inside corporate factory floors today worldwide are unbelievable. And more of that is coming without any question whatsoever. So yes, I am very bullish on AI and the stock AI. I'm bullish on that stock too. Bobby, good morning. Nice to have you. Blair, good to see you, buddy. I'm not ignoring you. Touch grass, a top of the morning to you, Matthew. Spiders heading to 440. This will be a whipsaw week. Ciao all, and Uncle Bruce from Luca. How you doing there, buddy? Matthew, number 62. Good morning, folks. Touchgrass.com opens door for developers. Bobby, I'm with you, Splair. 800 shares of CGC. Farmos, surprised Uncle Bruce isn't telling stories of how he remembers the last of the hunter-gatherer societies he used to visit 1,000 years ago. Oh, man. I was watching a video clip, a week or two ago. It was it was Neil deGrasse was his name. I think that's his name. He's a astrophysicist guy, pretty smart fellow to say the least. Talking about how the world changed. He was talking about from 1910 to 1930. In that 20-year window, horse and buggy was eliminated from existence, and the complete transformation was done within cities and towns almost everywhere around the world by the 30s and 40s. The automobile and the delivery truck took over from horse and buggy and horseback riding. It eliminated. So millions of blacksmiths lost their jobs. Millions of horse veterinarians, millions of horses were no longer needed, put out to pasture. Roads had to be built, bridges had to be built, interchanges had to be built. I mean, a complete new infrastructure of the world was created starting at that time and is still happening to this very day. The next stage he was talking about was automated vehicles driving themselves. That's the next stage. Outer space guided, GPS guided cars and trucks, self-driving. He said that's down the road. That's the next stage. AI intelligence will take that to the next level. And of course, Many of us are going, can't happen, can't happen. But then in 1910, there were people, smart people, educated people going, there's no way an automobile is going to take away from the reliability of a horse and buggy. Couldn't believe it, couldn't imagine it, and they couldn't imagine ribbons of pavement across America. Come on, you got to be kidding. That's 4,000 miles of space. Never been done, never will be done. Oh, it got done. Mandu number 5. How you doing there, buddy? Thank you for coming in here. Larry Titus, good morning, everybody. I am Thumbs Up 66 for Bruce's channel today. Spare Bobby, rock on, baby. Giddy up. JJ, Uncle Bruce, I saw your video this morning on sweaty spots. Time to double up on the deodorant. Morning, I have no idea what you are talking about. But good morning. The medication might be a little too strong. You might have to monitor it a little there. Welcome all. We're up 95 on the Dow. We're up 15 on S&P, and we're up 48 on NASDAQ. Oil's up $1.83. That is the story at the moment. I saw a buy recommendation today on Costco. I can't remember, was it Jeffries or somebody? They said that they had a price target of 600 on the stock, and they've upped it to 680. And right now, Costco is around 580, I think. So they've added $100, so a total of $100 upside to Costco shares for the next year. Interesting upgrade on a big company. Anyway, I thought that to be fascinating. A lot of analysts are calling for 15 to 20% gain on the S&P 500 in the next year. Again, I bring me the facts. Why? I'll buy into that, but I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. We'll see what happens with that. Laugh a lot. I'm going to use that line. You might be over medicated. It says Flint Creek. Bobby, I got 5 cash secured puts running $2 January 2025 on CGC. JJ is laughing. Karen is here. Thumbs up number 67. Thank you, Karen, for the thumbs ups. Everybody appreciate it. 69 of them are in here, and they keep coming on. Thank you all for these thumbs ups. We do appreciate you for this. Thanks again for those of you who have become subscribers of this channel. Thank you, new subscribers. Thank you for thumbs uppers, and thank you to the new members who are coming in here as members, to the members who are upgrading to the gold bagel level category. Much appreciated. We're bringing out, I'm trying to come up with a trade tip of the day for you every day for gold bagel members. I did another one this morning, very early your time, not so early Vienna time, but early your time. And I'm going to keep bringing out trade ideas for you folks to thank you for supporting this channel as Gold Bagel members. At $25 a month, I am asking people to make a donation through YouTube for $21 a month to this channel. And I want to repay you by throwing you some ideas on trade ideas. Now, for some of you, you've let me know, hey, man, I tried one of your iron condors last week and it didn't work out for me, or I was supposed to roll my condor like you said, and I couldn't do it because I had too many of them and I was over leveraged, and I've learned my lesson. I won't do that anymore. Today, I came up with a trade suggestion for you Gold Bagel members that takes away the uncertainty and the volatility of the last few days of an iron condor's life. And if you've watched that video, I hope you like it. I hope you find it relative, and you will probably quickly figure out it isn't only for iron condors. That trade tip applies to all of you out there who are option writers, and you may want to take the time to give that a good look. All right. White Feather, personally, I prefer to be over medicated. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, yeah, but of the hundreds car companies, how many survived? That's true, sir. Many car companies came and went over decades and decades and decades and decades. Absolutely. Cars been around for over 100 years now, 120 years, whatever. The 1900s they started. but it was a revolution, and the automotive revolution changed the world. Not only do we have streets within cities and towns, we have highways between cities and towns and states and countries. And of course, many other industries were created because of the automobile. A lot of new technology was created because of the automobile, and vice versa. It's a different world. The world of 1800 to 1900 to 2000, the world has changed. And there you go. Splair, like Uncle Bruce said yesterday, time can be a weapon. Farmos, that funny, you mentioned Uncle Bruce. I have pics of my grandfather with both his horse and his late 30s pickup. This was in the 40s, rural Oklahoma, saying goodbye to one and hello to the other, really. Manager Uncle Bruce, FTC is suing Amazon. Yes, it's going to be interesting to see if Amazon ultimately decides to break up into pieces. Wouldn't that be interesting? Beachmore, I'm bullish on both AI and Sofi, but where is the crystal ball? That's what I want to know. White Feather, I really liked the trade tip video this morning. Thank you, my friend. I'm working on these. Luca, okay, I'm okay, Uncle Bruce. Thanks for asking. Just enjoying a week off before the next trips. Did you have a good birthday weekend? Well, we did. We enjoyed our last couple of days in Berlin. We got in a beautiful river cruise, and we took in a museum, and we enjoyed the last couple of days there. Unfortunately, well, the way it is, we came here to Vienna via train, and that wasn't a good day. It was a long, long day, but we got here on Monday, and we're enjoying Vienna like last year again. And what a beautiful place this is, and we're enjoying our visit here. Bobby, I guess my little city of Brockville had a car manufacturer in its day. There were many towns and cities in Canada and the US with car manufacturers. Some have recently closed up or have been recently let go. Some from the 50s and 60s and 70s. I mean, change is part of the way it goes. But look at the car industry today, how international it is. It is quite an amazing industry. And now it's changing again, electric. I was looking at some videos yesterday on YouTube that caught my eye about electric RVs. Very interesting things happening. The thing about RVs that I like is a lot of people are handy, with their hands, and they're creating their own RVs from scratch, or they are converting an RV into what they want their RV to be, or they're taking a Sprinter van, and they're completely rebuilding a Sprinter van to make it what they want. A number of folks are literally creating Tesla-like electric RVs, whether they're Sprinter vans, Class Cs, or even Class As. I saw a video yesterday of a gentleman who took a Class A RV, a big Greyhound bus size RV, and converted it into an all-electric vehicle with Tesla batteries, a Tesla motor from a Model S. The entire unit is all electric, and he's got the solar panels on the roof, and he has these slide-out brackets that come out along the entire length of the bus. And from the front, it looks like there's huge wings hanging out from the bus. The length of the bus, all solar panels, cranking 16 kilowatts or something. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was impressive. He said, yeah, the bus solar panels can power up the batteries. He can go weeks in dry docking with just his panels drawing in enough power. Unbelievable. This future, this is exciting stuff. It's amazing. I saw one video where an individual joined a company. He's a former Tesla employee, and he and a number of other guys who worked at Tesla and Rivian and a few other places have gone to form their own company to create, basically, they call it an electric RV, but it's really a trailer. And what they've done is they hitch the trailer to the back of a Tesla, for example. a Model Y and or a Model X. And the Tesla has a range of 300 miles. They put the trailer on it, and the entire roof of the trailer is solar panels. The trailer has batteries underneath where its frame is, and the trailer has an electric motor for a drivetrain. And the trailer communicates with the onboard computer of the electric car. And as the car drives, the trailer drives itself. It propels itself behind the car. So you're going 50 miles down the highway, 50 miles an hour. The trailer is going 50 miles an hour. The car is going 50 miles an hour. And the hitch is just steering the trailer behind it. It's incredibly bright. When they take the foot off the gas, all the unit as a whole regenerates their batteries. Amazing. So the car still gets 300 miles of range from its battery. The trailer is good for 300 miles of range, and they can go to a charging station and charge up if they wish. And or they get to a campground, say 200 miles away. The trailer now, the top half of the trailer rises 3.5, 4 feet, and you can now walk inside your hard shell trailer. The roof is an entire solar panel. There's nothing on it but solar panels that you can't see. They're molded into the roof rather than just bolted on. And all the air conditioning units and all the other hardware is on the tongue of the trailer or underneath the trailer as a full-blown unit. And you can plug the trailer into the trailer park electric system that all other RVs plug into, if you wish, and draw off of that and charge the batteries over days if you want, and the solar panels charge as well. Just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And you can take charge from the batteries of your trailer and charge your vehicle if necessary. One will charge the other. Just brilliant, really. 27 foot long, inside 8 feet high, inside like 8 feet of headspace. It's huge. Holds a family of 6, no problem. Amazing. Anyway, there you go. What can I say? FX, I am number 76. Teslas charge themselves when they're towed, says Touchgrass. Dude, I've had some nice premium stink bid put contracts at 1-2 months on regional banks. It stands to reason as SoFi does better and other banks do worse. I see negative trend line in KRE. JR, some have claimed that big trucks will never be electrified. Saw an all-electric big rig pull off the freeway just 2 days ago. All electric. Yes, it's coming. There's no question about it. It's absolutely happening. It's going to happen. There's no doubt about it. But over time, the infrastructure will catch up to electric, and electric will catch up to infrastructure. It's the way it's been, and it's the way it's going to go. Do not underestimate the uncanny ability of North Americans and Europeans and Asians to come up with ways to adapt and make it work. I'm sure it will. All righty. We're 16 minutes away from opening. We're up 103 on the Dow. We're kind of hanging around 0.3 of 1% on a bit of a gain. A 15-point gain on S&P, 47 on NASDAQ. Oil up $1.90 a barrel. That's where we are right now. All right. Let's see. What else is going on here? Lots to follow with interest rates, inflation, government shutdown, and on we go. Will Americans give a crap about the government shutdown? Will they give a darn about it? Will it mean anything politically to any party whatsoever? The GOP, is there debate tonight? No one cares. No one gives a crap. Trump isn't there. No one gives a crap. The New York judge ruled that Trump organization is guilty of all kinds of fraudulent activity. Does anybody care? It's unbelievable how the world has changed in the last 10 years. It is just unbelievable. Bobby Atkinson, hydrogen for the transportation, rail, airplanes, plug-in for everybody else. well, this world is going to be an amazing place in the next 20, 30 years. I just don't know how much of it I'm going to see. I don't know how long I'm going to be around. We'll find out. Your kids, my kids, our grandkids, they're into amazing time coming up. But then again, we said the same thing about our grandparents. How many grandparents, do you know out there, some of your own, that remembered horse and buggy is the only way to get around? And they lived long enough to see man land on the moon. Are you kidding me? Man landing on the moon. What can I say? We've seen a lot, and there's more coming, like it or not. And there you have it. That's the story. I'm sticking to it, man. I'm not giving up on that. 83 thumbs ups have come in so far. We are 14 minutes away from opening up for the day. Thank you all so much for being part of this gang of regulars. You guys are the best that YouTube has to offer. I thank you all so much for following this channel and being part of our community. We're going members only on commentary. Please become a member if you would like to join us in our chat and get these trade alert updates, these tips every day, and a trade alert show every day. Thank you all for being part of this gang of YouTubers. You guys it's as good as it gets. I don't know of any other channel that has followers like this. Thank you guys. 85 now, 86 thumbs ups. Thank you. Keep them coming. Appreciate it very, very much. The thumbs ups helps to attract additional viewers. There you go. Nice to see you all here today. We're up 107 on the Dow, 15 on S&P, and 41 on NASDAQ. I saw a headline today. I saw this article. It was talking about how the conflict in Ukraine has become kind of like a trade show for arms dealers, defense contractors, companies that make weapons. And the sad part about it really is how good mankind is to perfect weapons that can take out mankind. It is truly pathetic, actually, how good we are at killing. You see these videos on YouTube, these little 1 and 2 and 3 minute videos taking out tanks and howitzers and these drones that are suicide drones and you name it. It is unbelievable how many billions of dollars are spent by taxpayers, unfortunately, to create some of these most incredibly efficient killing machines. And right now, the guinea pigs that are being used for this are real live humans in Ukraine. And it is a very sad thing to see. None of these folks voted for this. None of these folks were all gung-ho for this 5 years ago. And yet there are literally hundreds of thousands of people who are literally on the front lines, vulnerable to some of the most scary weapons ever made by mankind. And it's really unfortunate, just how it's going. It's really amazing to me, but it is what it is. Wing Commander number 80. I'm finally here. BW, Uncle Bruce, you sent out a number of Iron Condor trade alerts as you are gallivanting around the EU. Are you going to do anything other than Iron Condors for those who don't play them? Thanks, bud, and hi, Auntie Jen. Today's show, today's trade tip kind of covered both. I did talk about today's trade tip, where what I was mentioning in today's video covers folks, whether you're doing poor man covered call writing, regular call writing. I mentioned that today, and there'll be more of everything. There'll be all kinds of tips coming out. Of course, Iron Condors are a relatively new phenomenon for us, for many of you here, and I'm trying to show as many ways for you to look into them. For some of you, it's exactly what you want. For some of you, it's exactly what you don't want. I understand that, and I'll keep bringing out trade tips every day. Just stick around, and Like I said, if I can bring you a trade tip once in a while for every one of you out there that you say, oh, that one or that one or that one was the one I really liked. If I could help you make a couple of $1,000 on a trade tip that just fits your tolerance levels, you will say to yourselves, I'm glad I'm a Gold Bagel member of this channel, because this guy is just paid for my gold level memberships for the next 5 years. I mean, this is fantastic. So stick around and, keep your eye open. And yeah, you never know if the next tip is the one that you've been waiting for. The markets change, circumstances change, things come and go. I'll do the best I can. All I want to do is help you guys get richer. That's all I'm trying to do. Lorraine, good morning. Number 90 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you. 9 minutes to go before we open. Is it possible to hit 100 thumbs ups before we open for trading? It'd be kind of nice. We're at 92 now. We need 8 more and we'll be in triple digits. Keep them coming in, folks, and help us get to 100 thumbs ups to start the show. 93 and counting now, towards 100 plus on the thumbs ups countdown. Thank you all so much for being part of this channel. Loved having you here. Alrighty, let's take a peek again at the pre-opening. We're up 123 on the Dow. It looks like the Dow wants to go higher. We're up just 18.5 on S&P. That looks better. And NASDAQ now up 59 points. It looks like the markets are about 0.4 of a percentage point higher instead of a quarter point higher. So we seem to be getting better here. Oil is holding at with a gain of 157. Rocket Lab has gone green. It was red earlier this morning. It's now green by a nickel. Sofi is up 8. GameStop looks to be ahead 16 cents. Matterport up 4. 23andMe 3.5 cents to the better side. On the Apple shares, we're up 88 cents. Goldman up 167. Cisco up 26. Tesla up 122. $1.22. ARC Innovations up 56 cents. Microsoft looks like it's up 156. Pfizer up just a couple of cents. HBQ down just 3. Google up 43. Amazon up 21. Nvidia up 350 a share. Unity up 32. AI up 33 cents. 23.96. Trying to get back to 24. Adobe up 195, Netflix up 214. We've got Spiders up 176 and Triple Q's up 144. That's what I see there. Tesla stock price target is cut to 285 from 300 at Deutsche Bank. They have their reasons. Interesting to watch that. The stock is higher than 285, of course. So we'll see what effect that has. We're at 245, so $40 away from the 285 call, even though that's a backing off. We'll follow all that. A 118 gain on the Dow, 0.35 of a percentage point. We are 7 minutes away from opening, and we're at 95 thumbs ups now on the session. A manager, Uncle Bruce, I am setting up for the Iron Condor that you mentioned in the trade alert with a possible credit of 155. There you are. I did talk about a trade today that will give you a nice credit. We've had a number of trade alerts now done in the last 2 weeks, and a number of them are still ongoing, and a number of you are witnessing some gains and some Iron Condors where your puts are paying you and the calls aren't, or the calls are giving you a return and the puts aren't. You're watching that. Some of you have got wide ranges now on some of those condors, giving you a lot of comfort, and I will keep bringing you ideas every day on all kinds of trades as best I can. Just stick around and enjoy. Become a Gold Bagel member today, and you too will get these tips, these trade tips every day. We'll keep you posted on how we're doing. 97 thumbs ups, 3 away from 100. We are 6 minutes away from opening for the day. Thank you all for this support. It is much appreciated. GameStop 1691 up 13 cents. Not a lot of volume, 15,900, 1694. So, it's better, but it's not, crazy good. but it's a little better. We'll see what happens as we open this up for trading. We have Europe green for the most part. Asia was definitely green, about a quarter point, half a point maybe. Futures are up, 0.35 for the Dow, 0.4 for S&P. So we have a gain this morning, but not, through the roof kind of a gain. It's a gain, but I'd like to see a lot more than this. We'll find out if this lasts or not. But it has been green all morning. We've been green all morning in the pre-market. We'll see if this continues into the actual session itself. 100 thumbs ups are in the house. Thank you, everybody, for triple digits. Appreciate it. Keep them coming in. It all adds up, and we thank you all for helping out. Subscribe today and become a member and join the party, pal. There you go. There's the story. I'm sticking to it. And we'll see what's going on here, watching Congress out of the corner of our eye to see if they're going to have any kind of hope at all for a non-shutdown. I do not know. I have a feeling, though, most of America is just not too worried about it. We've been through government shutdowns before, and it's becoming old hat. This whole notion of impeachment inquiry, yawn fest across most of America. It would seem markets don't give a crap. Doesn't matter to the stock markets. Impeachment inquiries used to be a big deal. Not anymore. It's people are just so used to this garbage coming out of Washington. They're just going, it's the same old, same old. Every single time these guys do the same thing. Useless. Not very exciting, not very inspirational. And we have politicians not wanting to make a move right now because they don't want to be helping the other party. So they're in election mode. The election is 1 year and 2 months away, and it's a 14-month downtime right now out of Washington. Maybe that's a good thing because we've had enough gobbledygook from these guys. We don't need any more. I don't know. It just is what it is. Unfortunately, America and other countries, there's more anger than resolve to get things done right. And that's unfortunately what's going on. Nazareth, I am number 102 on your thumbs up meter. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate this. Welcome to the party, my friend. And thank you, all of you who are members of this channel who are saying hi to us. It's great to have you here. We are now less than 2 minutes away from the momentous occasion of the bells to be rung. Larry Titus, I know, is gearing up for it. Thank you, Larry, for in advance for ringing the bells today. We will get this party started. We'll just see where the markets really open up. What kind of pre-market orders are waiting to be filled on the floor of the exchanges? We'll find out in a mere moment or two as we get ready to gear it up and start another day. Hector, I think I'm 102 as well. Manager, I am shorting Amazon today. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to short Amazon and see if I can score on the Department of Justice going after them and see how it plays out. The stock is down 29 cents in the pre-market. It was down 5.29 yesterday. We'll find out how that plays out. Google is down 4. We'll see how that plays out. But, we got green. We got a tiny bit of red, but mostly a green opening to sort of start our session, it would seem, at this moment in time. Okay, everybody, welcome to the party. Everybody, welcome to the Nakatomi Tower. The Christmas party is on, and remember to squeeze your toes. Run your toes in the carpet if you feel nervous. You should be okay. Don't worry about those gunshots. Those are just fireworks. Don't worry about that. It's just fireworks. It's just we're just having fun here. I have shorted 1,000 at 126, says manager. I've shorted 1,000 shares at 126 a share on Amazon, and he is looking for a pullback to score some dough on the Amazon shares. Well, it won't take long to find out how he's doing. Larry has done what he does best. Thank you, Larry. Here they are. Bang, we're open. There they are, says JR. We are up. We are alive. We're trading. Now let's see what this market has got going for us. Showing a gain of 60 on the Dow as we begin the early opening up of the market. And in the next 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes, we should have a more complete picture of how we're doing. Time will tell all. I see GameStop up already 7, Sofi up 13, Apple up 89. Hector says, Uncle Bruce, my poor man covered calls on AI have the stock price uncomfortably close to the long call strike. We need a move up on AI to make Hector feel better. We're up 65 cents now at 24.28. So that 24 barrier wasn't a barrier at all. Went right through it. So we'll see how that one plays itself. NVIDIA is up 570 a share to 420, almost 425. So that's a good start. Tesla's up 9. Netflix up $4. Apple now is up $1. SoFi up 13. GameStop up 9. The Dow showing a gain of 71 points. Splayer, go AI and CGC. There you go. With the markets, let's take a look here how we're looking now. We got the Dow up 77 at the moment, 17-point gain on S&P and 71 on NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, S&P are right where they were in the pre-market. The Dow is still about 40 behind what it was indicating a few minutes ago. I now see it at 84, so it's only 30 behind. Time will tell. Oil is up $2 a barrel at the moment at 92.39. We'll see how long that lasts, whether oil can sustain this move or whether it'll give up some of this move. As we move along, 97 now for the Dow gain. We're almost where we were in the pre-market a few minutes ago. Welcome everybody to the party. The triple Qs are up 152. The spiders are up 161. Adobe's up $192 a share. GameStop is now up 23 cents to 17.02. SoFi up 9 at 7.49. Apple's up 49 cents. Netflix up 4.73. AI climbing up 3%. It's up 75 cents now. NVIDIA up 6.49 a share. Tesla down 95. Rocket Lab down 1.5. Matterport up 2.5. Smart Rent down 4. We've got Unity up 36. Google up 71. Moderna down 22. Cisco up 11. Pfizer up a nickel. IBM is up 42. HPQ up 18. Microsoft up 124. ME is up 4 cents. Amazon up 34 cents. That's all it's doing so far. It is not leading this market higher. It's just kind of going along with it. But it looks like the Dow up about 70 at the moment. 16 on S&P, 61 on NASDAQ. So it's a plus gain, but not a big one on the big board. And we'll see for manager, how will Amazon do as we keep going here? It is right now up 27 cents. That's all it's doing on Amazon. All right. All righty. Let's go. Spur, have a good day, everybody. Deep Value Options. I have been a member for 25 months. There's no one like Uncle Bruce on YouTube. Thank you, Uncle Bruce, for everything you do for us. Kind words. I appreciate them so much. Gold Bagel level member. Thank you very much. Just trying to get you guys richer. That's my objective. Is I want my viewers to be winners on the markets. Avoid mistakes, take advantage of these markets, grab premium and shrinkage off of these contracts, and just make money off the crazy gamblers out there who are risking life and limb to try to make $1 when they really shouldn't be, but they are. And so thank you all for being part of this gang. 108 thumbs ups. Thank you guys for that. I appreciate you. Apple up 16 cents. SoFi's up 14. GameStop up 18. Spiders up 144. Triple Q up 153. Adobe's up 209. Dow's up just 53 points. That's all it is. 53-point gain. Nothing crazy on the Dow, but it's a gain nonetheless. 15 points on S&P. 60-point gain on NASDAQ this morning. Thank you, everybody. If you're listening to the debates, GOP, and these GOP people are telling you they have the answer for inflation, you can rest assured, they're full of BS, because there is no president anywhere that can control inflation. It has never existed. Dictators can't do it. Presidents can't do it. Kings and queens and prime ministers cannot do it. Inflation is an economic thing, not a political thing whatsoever. But politicians will make all they can from it, but all they're doing is trying to hoodwink you into thinking that they are powerful enough to control inflation. Dream on if you're falling for that one-liner. We're up only 31 on the Dow. We're backing off. It's only up 1/10 of a point, whereas S&P is up a third. NASDAQ almost up 0.5%. We've got a divergence here. 1701 on GameStop, up 22.23 cents. Sofi up 14 at 754. Apple's up 17 right now at this moment in time. Thank you all for joining this show. I'm glad to have you here. Let me know if you have any trades you want comments on or what you're working on. Do the best we can for you. Thank you for those of you who have stepped up to take classes the last few weeks and months. The class number 16 is out there on iron condors. Lots to learn there. Number 17 will be coming your way probably early November, but stand by for that. We'll let you know when we have more details. Thank you all for joining with us today from around the world. Nice to have you here. All right. The Dow is negative, down 2 points. It's official. The Dow has gone into the red. It looks like just a little bit. S&P up 11, NASDAQ up 54. And that is what I've got so far. Oil up 204 at 92.43. 16.94 on GameStop now. SoFi at 7.52. Apple's up 30. Netflix up 3.30. AI up 77, holding that gain at 24.40. NVIDIA holding its $6 pops, 4.25 right now. Tesla down 128. Over on Amazon, where our friend manager is watching closely, 126.14, only up 16 cents. Doesn't look like the Amazon is going to lead this market any higher. At the moment, Amazon did get to 126.52, but it's back to 126.14, only up 16 cents on the session. So it is under a bit of pressure there. Back to this market. The Dow has gone green now, back up 5 points. Adobe holding a 120 gain. GameStop at 16.96, up 18. SoFi 7.52, up 11 as we speak. The volume on SoFi this morning, 1.2 million, rather light. We've got GameStop volume this morning, 114,000, very light. So not a lot of excitement there. Apple up 26, Netflix up 90 odd, 283, and AI up 62 cents right now to start the day. Welcome everybody to the show. JR, wow, Tesla taking a slide down the banister. BW, they trotted Neil Kasheri out at 8 o'clock on CNBC Eastern Time this morning, stating that the U.S. economy is resilient. Okay, sure it is. More rate hikes, inbound inflation, feeding Fed BS, in my opinion. JR, wow, Tesla taking a slide. Manager should have shorted that one. Alex, been a member for 27 months. Gold bagel level member. Alex says, iron condors are turbocharging my portfolio. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Lesson number 16 is the GOAT. And I get a lot of these comments. I really get a ton of these. I get the occasional comment where people catch themselves on an iron condor because they're not far enough on their spread, or they didn't do a rollover, couldn't do a rollover. I get all kinds of comments on this, but a lot of you are benefiting from these condor trades, and you're able to make these moves when necessary. Congratulations. Well done, everyone, on these condor trades. We've got GameStop at 16.98, trying to go back to 17. We're at 7.49 on SoFi, up 9. We're up 46 on Apple. 109 thumbs ups and counting. Thank you all. BW VIX is trying to spike up a tad at the opening here, manager. JR, I did a short Tesla yesterday and covered with nice moolah yesterday. Right on, manager. Your Tesla right now. Let's see here. Not your Tesla, your Amazon. That's the one you're shorting today. 126.66. So you need 66 cents to come through, and then you'll start making money. It wouldn't take much to back it off that much. The Dow off 3 points again. That's what I see there. We've got the market now on U.S. side here. We're down 5.5 on the Dow. We're up 10 on S&P, 56 on NASDAQ. Oil up 195. That's the story. We had the worst day yesterday since last March. And so you may have a half hour to an hour before the market kind of gets over that. If it has any more left in it, it'll bring it out now. But we may find that this little dip is so little that the market will shake it off and take a run the other way. We could be a bit oversold here, and we may have a bit of a rally. The other two markets don't seem to be in a hurry to join the Dow on the downside. That is the fact right there. This market is not backing off to join the Dow at all. So we may have ourselves a bit of a pop the other direction. BW anniversary dates are hitting still. John, this ain't a joke channel. Make 300 on the first option right, and you paid for membership. Not a paid endorsement, just stating facts. Uncle Bruce equals the greatest of all time. Thank you, guys. Richard Carlin, Rocket Lab, a buy at Stifle, a $10 down from 11. Interesting on Rocket Lab. Alex, BW splitting facts. There you go. Interesting on Rocket Lab. The Dow is off 18 at the moment. GameStop at 16.91. SoFi 7.48. Apple up 30. We've got Netflix up 2. AI at 24.15, up 52. Nvidia up $5. Tesla down 120. Rocket Lab down 3.5 at 420. Well underpriced on the Rocket Lab, in my humble opinion. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, would you consider a class on risk management, margin ability, risk reward, etc.? Please consider something like that. There's all kinds of ideas for classes. Thank you for that. Something to consider as well. We will continue to bring out classes for you to try to help you keep mistakes to a minimum and maximize on gains. But just stick with us as we keep moving forward. Absolutely. Let's see here. The where's the Amazon trade? 126.60, up 65 cents at the moment. That's not going anywhere. That Amazon stock is not going anywhere. Down 15 points on the Dow. Adobe up 30 cents. Spiders up 87. Triple Q's up 158. GameStop up 12. SoFi up 9. Apple up 37. We still have a big bunch of green here on most of the stocks we seem to be following. Waiting to see how the market wants to play itself out. The S&P is up 10 points, quarter point. NASDAQ up 60, almost a half a point higher. That's where I'm at. This market, more ups than downs. Dow's only down 4.5 now. We have a buy wave coming in. Be interesting to see if this buy wave overtakes the Dow and we go green kind of nicely here. We'll find out. We're only 14 minutes into the session. Too early to know, but this down dip on the Dow is not very significant. As a matter of fact, we're going green on the Dow right now, I think. We just gained a point on the S&P, and we're gaining on NASDAQ again. Dow's green, up 3.8, 23-point turnaround in the last 3 minutes on the Dow. Okay, there you go. 750 on SoFi, up a dime. Apple up 45. GameStop trying to go back to 17 here. All right, guys, there's the story. I'm sticking to it, man. There it is. Okay. with SoFi? What's with SoFi? JR wants to know. BW, how do you know this works? All AI decides to spike this morning. I have $25 AI December and $25 January. 24 is written, 25 in total. I just sit with arms folded. Why? Because I can roll, baby, and SP falls faster. There you go. Well, there you go. It's all good. We got 16.95 on GameStop here, 7.52 now on SoFi, 80-cent gain on Apple. We're gaining here. We're up 235 on Qs, up 160 on Spiders. Adobe's up 129. The Dow's up 34. We're climbing here. Netflix up 340. AI is now up 90 to 24.53. Nvidia up 675. Tesla is now green, 64 cents to the green on Tesla. Rocket Lab's green, Matterport's green, SmartRent's green, Owens Corning is green, ATIP is green, Unity is up 3, Google's up 128, Moderna's up 70, Cisco's up 8, Pfizer's just down 9 cents, IBM only down 39 now, HBQ up 12, Microsoft up 115, ME is green, Amazon up 112 to 127, it's not backing off yet. Not yet. Home Depot up 87. Vanek up 125. Goldman down 240. Boeing down 55 cents. That's all. Facebook up 195. Target up 29. JP Morgan down 4. Costco up 7.25. Walmart down 32. Disney up 19. American Airlines up 6. DraftKings up 81. AMC up 15 at 806. Royal Caribbean up 120. So a lot of green showing now all over the place. We'll see if this spreads any further, everybody. Okay. 114 thumbs ups and counting. Thank you, everybody, for coming through for us, helping us out with the thumbs up meters. You guys are awesome. Thank you. 16-point gain on the Dow. We're jumping. We're jumping everywhere. 1696 GameStop. 752 on SoFi. Okay, is this the breakout? Is it going to happen today? Are we going to see a pop here on these markets? Thanks for everything, says Zach. Bruce, thanks for everything. You got it, man. You got it, buddy. My pleasure. Thank you all for your thumbs ups. And whenever you throw those thingies that come up my chat bar there, those are always cool to see. Thank you very much for all that. Thank you for letting the world know how long you've been a member. Really appreciate that. It lets the world know these members are serious. They're not here for a 1-week run. They're here to make money long term. I appreciate you on everything you guys do for us. Right on. BWDXY US dollar wants to hit 106.55 spike right out of the gate. High not seen since 11/28/22. Manager, I am shorting it as it moves up. I have big buying power today to work with, says manager on his Amazon. He is going to make Amazon pay him today. That's what he's going to do. Interesting stuff. GameStop 16.98, going for 17 again on GameStop. 7.54 on SoFi. It's climbing again. The high on SoFi, 7.57. We're almost there on the high of the day. GameStop high today, 17.03. We're a nickel away from the high of the day on GameStop. All right. AI is up 81, 24.44. The high of 24.58. We're right close to the high, 24.49. 9 cents from the high of the day on AI. 1.27 million. Didn't take much to have it pop. Not surprising to see that. 24.49 on AI. Nvidia up 620, 425 a share. Tesla still green. Right there. Amazon 126.90 coming back a little bit. Okay. 21-point gain on the Dow again. There you go. There's your morning thingy. The thingy that is out there. The thingy is out there. What can I say? The 10 and 30-year Treasury yields are pulling back from multi-year highs as buying dominates. This is good for the market. That's why the markets are green today. Okay. Ooh, doggy. What's happening at the Wall Street Journal today? I don't know if there's many headlines that are getting anyone all that excited out there. Apparently, Las Vegas, the workers on the strip that are part of the union, apparently 60 plus thousand have voted 95% in favor of going on strike in Vegas. This is, again, another direct reflection of what I've been talking about regarding um, how unions with powerful leadership, like this union in Vegas, they can create havoc over there. These guys have bargaining power, and they have witnessed price increases from Vegas hotels to the patrons in every segment. There was a time only a couple of years ago, if you went to Las Vegas and drove up with your car to the Bellagio, parking was free. You could park for nothing, and valet parking, you just gave the guy a tip. Not free anymore to park your car on the strip anywhere. You got to pay to park your car, and it's getting expensive. Vegas prices for buffets used to be legendary a deal. Those are gone. Those days are gone. Shows were offered at a cheap price. Not anymore. There's a business just in the business of selling tickets. Ridiculous prices for shows. Casino payouts, crap on the strip, just garbage. You want to buy a burger and fries in most casinos on the street, you are paying through the nose to buy something like that. The restaurants, you're not going to find cheap restaurants in the strip anymore. Things have changed, and these culinary workers, these room attendants, these folks have been put under unbearable pressure by managers to up their workloads. They're getting even. They're going to get even. They're going to get huge raises. I think. I really believe it. Let's see. Here's some advice. Says Flint Creek, never become a landlord. Just don't do it. SoFi is active today, says Flint Creek. 757. That's the high of the day on SoFi, up 17. 1696 on GameStop, up 18. We got Adobe up 80 odd cents, now up just 15. Apple now down 2 pennies. Netflix still up 333. AI up 72. Nvidia up 617. Tesla up 28. All right. Unity up a penny. Google up 118. Moderna up 45 cents. Cisco up 12. Yeah, Amazon only up 58. 126.56. Our friend manager is watching this closely. This stock is dropping right now. Only up 58 cents on Amazon. So we'll see how this all works out. Yeah, these unionized workers in Vegas, they're taking a clue, their cue from the unionized workers at UPS, American Airlines, Delta, United, and now the auto workers. They too are going, yeah, we're looking for substantial raises here. Been a while, and going to be interesting to see how this plays out. They walk off the job and the strip goes dark and not good. That's not what the strip wants. The NFL season is on now. Every weekend, it's big time betting in Vegas. You do not want to have these folks take a hike. Okay. JR says, I agree with Flint. Too much of a headache to be a landlord. Don't do it. Be a self-employed option writer. Quit your day job and write options for a living, and get rid of that stress of being a landlord where you have deadbeat tenants and leaky pipes and who knows what else. But hey, it's up to you how to play it. GameStop is back to 17, by the way. 22-cent gain now on GameStop at $17 a share. High of the day, 1703. Coming back to the high. SoFi is at the high of the day, 760, 761. Up 20 cents on SoFi, 3.1 million volume. Another improvement there. I was telling you this morning, Another analyst said 740 is a bargain, and someone is listening. More than one person, I think. BW is just saying it just broke through 106.55 like butter. This Amazon is going down, baby. That is what BW is saying. It's going lower. Is that right? Am I reading the right stock? No, that's not the right stock. 106. I'm not even sure which stock we're talking about now. 106.55. DXY. He's talking about DXY. Okay, never mind. Amazon is 126.38, and it's dropping from the 127.26 level. So it's given up $1 here in the last 10 minutes. Amazon is dropping right now. It's still up, but only up a quarter. So manager is smiling on the Amazon shares. He's short, looking for a pullback. Home Depot up 52. Vanek is up 129. Goldman down 140. Boeing up down 14. Meta up 111. Target up 53. JP Morgan up 43. Costco up 10.98. 563 a share. Amazing. We've got a 15-point gain on the Dow. Adobe up 160. GameStop back to 16.95. SoFi 7.61. That's right near the high of the day. BW saying this is the US dollar I'm talking about. Manager, Amazon is controlled by the big boys, so if there's a pullback, I'm going to cover and be happy with my moolah. Rock and roll, buddy. Well, it seems to be going your direction for sure from what I see. The Dow's up 32 right now, and we've got, let's take a look here. Elsewhere, we're back to 16.99 on GameStop. The S&P is up actually 13.5. That's better. NASDAQ is better, up 64. So these two indexes are stronger. The Dow's up 30, finally improving to the plus 30 mark, but it's only up 0.08%. So it's not much of a move on the Dow yet. The other markets are much healthier at this point. Okay. Thank you all for popping through here and being part of this channel today. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for membership, and those of you who've been members for quite some time, thank you all. Okay. We have thumbs up now, 124. Oh, that's good stuff. Thank you, everybody. 124 thumbs ups. Woo-wee. Man, oh man, oh man, what is this market going to do today? I'll have to find out here. Mm, 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 mm. 763 SoFi. Go, SoFi, go. Let's go to 8 and then go to 9. Thank you very much. That would be terrific. Okay. Let's take a look over here. Ooh-wee. Mm, 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 mm. London, the city of London is suffering an office recession. Meta just paid $181 million to dump a lease. Yikes. Mm, mm, mm. My. When Jen and I were in London, we went and toured the tunnels that Churchill occupied and all of his key people. during the Blitz and all that. That was most interesting. The tunnels underneath some of the houses of Parliament and stuff, really interesting. Apparently, the Kingsway Exchange tunnels, some 40 minutes below Chancery Lane, the tube station in High Holborn, were built in the 40s to shelter Londoners from the Blitz bombing campaign during World War II. This is the last time they were open to the general public. Their next wartime role was as the home of Britain's top secret special operations executive, an offshoot of MI6, and the real-life inspiration for James Bond's Q branch. Well, we need to see what happens with that. I have to say the tunnels that Churchill was using were most fascinating. They left them. They really tried to leave them intact as they were, and it's just fascinating to see the kind of equipment they were using, the kind of communications equipment, which is state of the art. Back in the day, the last weeks of the war is where this room was frozen in time. It really is amazing. Started stuck paying the bills, paying all the bills. Very interesting, right? Manager, okay, I covered in one account with 400 profit on Amazon. BW markets seem to want to believe what the Fed and Neil Kashari wanted to state this morning, but the DXY, TNX, and the VIX are telling a different story. Could be retail buying. BW, not an analyst at all, but I can read what direction the candles are going, and the market should be heading this. Risk is at extreme levels. Debt's selling off. Lorraine, don't think about taking in a friend or relative or after 30 days you're stuck with them, according to the court. Very scary stuff. The landlord business for some folks out there, it is very scary stuff. There you go. 124 thumbs ups. I'm not sure if we're frozen or not. I'm not sure if we are frozen or not on this show. My internet is spotty here, and I'm not sure if we are moving or not. Not sure if we're frozen. Are we frozen? I'm asking. Not frozen. No, we're not frozen. My feed is, but that's just me here. We'll see what happens. Thank you. You're good, says DH Ruda. Thank you. There we go. I think we're okay. Manager says, I covered it with a total combined profit of $1,500 on Amazon. Good enough for me to make my profit. DH Ruda, you are good. DH Ruda, knee emojis to you. Still alive, says Zach. Manager, knee emojis from here. So we are good on the channel. So here comes some knee emojis, everybody. Knee. I got to remember to honor the Knights of Knee. Let's not forget that. There we go. There go the knee emojis all over the place. Thank you all for being part of the show and the channel, everything else. 125 thumbs ups. Lorraine, US Salon, Russ Salon. Good stuff, everybody. Thank you for being part of the show. Nice to have you here. Lorraine, a Salon, white feather, knee emojis, the big E, knee emojis everywhere. Thank you. Okay, we're good to go. We're alive and we're well. Everyone, thank you. Thank you very much. For being along with us today. Okay. The Dow Jones right now is down 14.9. We were up 32. We're down 15. S&P up 5.7. NASDAQ up 30. So we have a sell wave coming in on all three markets, one of which is negative. That's the Dow. The other two are still green. Oil holding a $2 gain right now. $16.99 on the GameStop here. SoFi $7.56 right at the moment. Apple down 69 cents. Netflix up 188. AI up 79. Nvidia up 329. Tesla negative 57. And the Amazon is now down 17 cents at 125.81. Way to go, manager, making money on the Amazon short. Howdy, partner, is saying neat, neat, neat. Dude is saying neat, 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 neat. The knee emojis are coming through. Thank you, everybody, for being part of the show and being part of the gang today. Great to have you here. All righty. Check out, if you're a Gold Bagel member, check out my channel today for the tip of the day. I hope it is working for you. Hope you're getting something positive from it. A number of you have stepped in there to grab that tip of the day. Fantastic. Thank you for joining us on today's show so far. Good to have you here. We have 125 thumbs ups. Good for that. Matthew, neat, neat, neat. Larry Titus, neat, 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 neat. I'm here. Thanks, Larry. We're down 8 points on the Dow, apparently. Not too bad out there. Up 5 on S&P and 24 gain on NASDAQ. We just are not going in a definitive direction in any big way. The Dow just kind of gains and loses and gains and loses. It's just not going anywhere in any big hurry. It's what I've got right now. This is the market. I can't explain it any more than that. The battle is on for what direction, what momentum are we going, which way are we headed? GameStop 16.91, can't get through 17 at the moment. 7.56 on Sofi, up 16 cents. Apple down $1 at the moment. Okay, everybody? Thank you all for being part of this gang. Lorraine, us along with 17 other states are suing Amazon, she says. They are controlling what we buy. James DA, along with 17 other states, are suing. It's about time. Messed up all kinds of small businesses. Hector, neat, neat, neat. And Hector, some more knee emojis. Yeah, well, the Amazon story, it'll be interesting to see if Amazon is forced into a settlement to break itself into a retail division and a cloud division, and who knows what. Shareholders could get, a dividend where, instead of one share, you have 3 shares of 3 different companies, and combined, they make more money. I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen with that. BW, extreme risk in the markets means Rugman. The indices that are bad are scaring the market. Rugman might make an appearance. We got the Dow off just 18, though. Not a big dump today. GameStop 16.93, SoFi 7.56. Okay. Yeah, the Justice Department, this stuff with the Justice Department, this can last decades. I mean, no matter how far they investigate and what, they want to do in the courts, years and years, and it won't change much quickly anywhere. And the cat is out of the bag. Amazon changed the world. Google changed the world. Apple changed the world. We just have to adapt to it. We have to keep moving. Small businesses are a thing of the past in many ways, and yet in other ways, they've now gone into people's homes. I mean, there are small businesses now that do more business than they did in a storefront, but they do it from the rec room of someone's house. There are small businesses that are run on computers around the world that do business around the world that make more money than small businesses ever made in downtown anywhere. The old downtown jewelry store that certain families ran in your hometown. There are jewelry stores that are online now that are run by family organizations, and they make more money doing that than having a physical location. Plus, they can't get robbed with someone walking in the front door with a gun. It's a lot different, and we're not going back there. It's not going to happen. What can I say? The world has changed a lot and will continue to do so. There's no stopping this trend. We're going another direction. It's amazing how many 20 and 30 somethings are out in the world right now as digital nomads. They're everywhere. I'm a digital nomad in Vienna. Go figure. And I'm not 20, 30 something. I wish I was. But there are 20 and 30 somethings in Bali, Australia, Jakarta, Dubai, London, all over Europe, all over Asia, all over South America, all over America and Canada, around the world. And they are doing, the kind of business with very little overhead, to be honest. I mean, very little. And they don't need to do a lot in business to make 100,000 a year for themselves. Sometimes these digital nomads, they need to generate 150,000 in gross sales to clear 100 grand for themselves. And at $2,000 a week, they're having a wonderful time. At age 28, they're making 100 grand a year, and they don't have mortgages, they don't have car payments, this kind of thing. What can I say? The world has really been altered, and of course, COVID changed so much. For so many of you who watch me from home now, my God, has your world changed? No kidding, has it changed? My God. 128 thumbs ups. Thanks, everybody. Great to have you here. It's much appreciated. 27-point down dip on the Dow. Nothing serious here. GameStop 1691. Sofi 756 at the moment. We get some green and a little bit of red. And that's it. It's a soft day today. There's not much to really report to you. So I think on that note, I'm going to leave you folks alone, and I'm going to allow you to do what you do best. Keep an eye on your portfolios. Keep your eye on your iron condors. And thank you again for supporting Jennifer and I on this channel, allowing me into your homes to spend some time with you every day. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, here from Vienna. And we'll get together, and I'll keep an eye on the markets. You keep an eye on the markets, and let's see how the markets work out. Hopefully, it'll just make you folks richer and richer and richer, which just makes me happy, happy, happy. Keep smiling, keep trading, keep the faith, and I will see you tomorrow morning with your tip of the day, and then the gold bagel level alert, and then the show. Thank you all for being with me today. Zach, you've said it all, and you need to say nothing more. Neat. Exactly right, Zach. You know what you're talking about. Take care, everybody. We'll catch you later. JR, you too. Thanks, everyone. See you a little later on.